the camera's shaking. I'm sorry. I hope I put stabilize on. Sorry. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm a mess. Welcome. You ever just have one of those days where it feels like you're never going to be on top of anything and more problems seem to pop up and arise and you're overwhelmed and you feel like you can't breathe? I'm here today. I am going to be 100% vulnerable in this video, but I feel like I need to. So here goes nothing. My husband and I, we have been married for 15 years. And our biggest dream has always been to own our own house, own our own property, and, you know, just what every American or non-American dreams. They dream to have the security of a home and all that comes with it. But we've got in that emotional, or we've got emotional. We've got into that emotional rut as most middle class people do. And it feels like you can never climb out of it. The mountains, it seems like that peak is just a facade. You get there and then it's more of a climb. There's more of a challenge. We got a phone call the other day from the water department saying, we think there's something wrong with your meter and we need to come out and check it out because it says that you're only using a gallon of water a day, and that can't be right. And we've lived here, we've rented at this property for 5 years, and they're just now saying something. And so my biggest fear was that they're going to say that we have to pay all this back rent, or not rent, but back water bill and all this kind of stuff. And so I woke up today and I had these plans of talking about the January's no spend pantry challenge from Three Rivers Homestead and how much money that we were able to save from it and what my pantries look like right now. And and then life. The bad days come. We're stuck in that cycle. We're trying everything to break free from it. So let me take you back real quick, just so you can understand all of this. Like I said, my husband and I, we have been married for 15 years, going on 16. We knew each other for 2.5 months before we got married. And we thought that we would live, the blissful life that, you see on the TV and all this kind of stuff. And we struggled with infertility and we had losses, and then I had tons of medical problems and medical bills through the roof. And then when we finally were able to get pregnant, the only way for us to keep our beautiful babies was to spend $1,350 a month on a blood clotting disorder. So medicine, it's called Lovenox. And so we had to wipe out our savings, and we couldn't buy the house. And the next thing you know, we had identity theft, and it led us to this house. And I am grateful. I do believe being grateful for the position that you're in right now, being thankful that you have a roof over your head. And I'm sitting in front of my pantry that is full, and I've been blessed to grow the things out there. And I don't want this video to seem like I'm complaining or that I'm ungrateful, because I'm extremely grateful that we have the basics, the necessities, and more than the basics and the necessities. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So it brought us to this house 5 years ago, and I saw the backyard, and I was so happy because it felt like freedom. I could have a garden. I didn't have to worry about the apartment above me or below me, those people being too loud. And I could put my solar lights up and I was just so ecstatic. And it seemed like he was going to be a good landlord and everything was going to be fine. And that's not the case. It's not the case at all. We have leaks in the ceiling, and the stairs are starting to cave in, and the oven, the front parts coming off of it. And I have tried everything humanly possible besides dragging my landlord here to get this stuff fixed. And the sad thing about it is there are protections for renters, but they're not good enough. Like, I called down to the courthouse to tell them, what's going on, because we always pay our rent. And it's not like I haven't contacted him about these problems. So I called down to the courthouse, and the courthouse pretty much tells me he can serve me with a 2-day if I turn him in and kick us out. So it's like, it doesn't matter what you do in this circumstance. If you don't turn him in, then he's going to keep being a slumlord, and then you're going to have to live around your house falling apart until, God willing, our credit recovers from medical bills and identity theft and all of this stuff that was out of our control in order for us to get a house. Or I turn him in and we get kicked out, and I'd have to uproot my family and my boys. But I'm not really here to cry right now, so I'm sorry about that. I am coming to you to tell you what's going on in my life, and right now I'm just not seeing a way out of it. I'm not seeing the silver lining. And that could be because I'm just in the emotional part of it right now. And that silver lining is not able to be seen right now. It's skewed. But what I do know is that no matter what, we'll be okay. It might look different. It might change. I might have to give up my garden. But someday our dedication and our hard work, our things will come to fruition. I just know it will. So what I'm trying to say is, when you're having a day or a year or a decade that seems like it's only an uphill battle, don't let it discourage you so much where you give up hope. Because there is always hope. There's always hope. So, never give up hope for any of your dreams, no matter the obstacles. I am, for one, someone who can positively tell you not to give up hope. I was a product of a broken family, 2 addict parents. One passed away not from addiction, but passed away while I was very young. I was 19. He was only 47, my father. I lost my one and only sibling, my sister, to addiction when she was only 19 years old. And I have lost babies, but I was blessed with 2 miracles that doctors said I will never have. There was hope. I was told I wouldn't have a lot of things in this life, and it's happened. So don't give up hope. This landlord eventually will be filling this house with another renter. And he'll slap some paints and put some pretty fixtures on, and somebody else will fall in love with the character of the house. It was built in 1902, and the charm is unbelievable. The potential is unbelievable. And we will finally be on our property of maybe not our dreams, but our new dream. And I'll be able to plant my forever garden and the apple trees that, God willing, my grandkids will be able to eat from. My grandpa always told me, don't do anything in life half but the other word. Always work hard, Brookie. Always work hard and be proud of that hard work you just did. You might not reap the benefits right away, but you will. The day will come where you will. So if you're new here, thank you for coming along to my average American middle class pity party. And if you wouldn't mind sticking around to share, don't mind, that's cardboard. Like I said, I'm a gardener. Like I was trying to introduce myself before I butted in on my own. I love to garden. I have a huge passion for it. I dove in headfirst. I started gardening 5 years ago, and it is a joy, and it has given someone who suffers with mental anxiety and depression, and I have other medical issues. It has given me such happiness, and I would love to share that with y'all. I would love to share my everyday meals and learning to cook more from scratch and gain a community and a friendship that I've always longed for. I've always longed to feel like I had a place in this world. For most of my life, it was pretty scattered. And then I met Rob. It was such a short notice wedding for some people to understand that I legitimately got baby clothes as a gift on our wedding day. And it was little pink clothes, which I hope that I have a little girl up in heaven that has curly hair like I do, and she's bouncing around with my dad and my sister and my papa and my grandma. And all of her, sorry, my hand's shaking, so if the camera's shaking, I'm sorry. I hope I put stabilize on. Sorry. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm a mess. Welcome. Anyway, so this is probably the rawest video I've put on this channel to this date. And I can't promise you anything, but I promise you that I will come at this channel with everything I have. I'm going to give it my best shot. Thanks for joining, guys. Hey, if you haven't, please consider subscribing. And if no one has told you that you are loved and you are valuable, guess what? Here's your notice. The bell has rung. You are loved and you are so valuable. Don't let that bad, no good day, year, or decade trample your dreams. Bye for now. Okay, friends, I got this section all organized back to somewhat not chaotic.